pretty excited. Never been to South America. What do you think? Let's go.
We knew next to nothing about where we were headed. So to give you a little background on the city, Bogotá is the largest city in Colombia. It has between 8 and 11 million people depending on where you draw the city line. Throughout previous decades, and especially in the 90s, Bogotá was considered one of the most dangerous cities in the world, and most people assume that it still has a pretty bad rap. Before the violence had subsided from the drug cartels, and the peace treaty between the government and the FARC was signed only a few years ago, most chefs had to import their ingredients. Parts of the country were dangerous to reach. For so many years, this led to the fine dining scene being made up mostly of chefs that would go abroad to learn techniques in Europe, and consequently, French and Italian dishes were the standard. This is no longer the case. The chefs in the spotlight are proudly highlighting Colombian ingredients that were grown in areas that could not previously be accessed. The chefs are modernizing traditional recipes that are full of history and tradition, and the world is taking notice. These restaurants are maturing and taking their place amongst the world's best. One of our favorite ways to get acquainted with the new city is by visiting their local markets. We had heard before we went that the market was really big, so we hired a local guide to take us around and explain what things were. Mostly the crazy Amazonian fruits that Colombia is famous for, and thankfully Angelica was there to help us try it all. The soil in Colombia is so fertile that even the neighboring countries pay to have their flowers grown there and then shipped back when they're ready to go to market. They are the second largest exporter of flowers in the world, and we were able to see how amazing the selection was. Before we head out, Angelica tells us about two typical working lunches, lechon and tamal. Both are comfort foods and are perfect for a long day's work and can be found in every neighborhood throughout the city. Our first culinary stop is in the Chapinero Alto neighborhood, inside of a converted townhouse that still very much feels like a home. Helmed by chef Alejandro Gutierrez, who is a trained biologist and filled his resume in New York and in Lima. He creates modern Colombian dishes featuring the best local produce in the area. So we were told that if you can eat at one restaurant in Bogotá, it is this one. It's called Salvo Patria, and we are so excited to be here. And just like the building, the menu reflects comforting home-style cooking, yet escalated enough to feel like you're experiencing a breakthrough in Colombian cuisine. As a bar, coffee house, or a restaurant, we were so glad that we made it in for a visit.
We are eating at Sasson, and I am so excited. He is probably the most celebrated chef in Colombia. He is known for using very simple ingredients, but he's inspired by ethnic menus, so food that has tradition. So I'm thinking this is going to be an amazing meal. He spent a lot of time abroad, so there's an Asian influence to his menu.
Sasson has been described as more than a chef. He's a dreamer. The restaurant has been around for over 25 years, and it's located inside of the Smock Tudor mansion. It looks so traditional from the outside, but the interior has all these modern elements, and I believe this is also what his menu is all about. This restaurant is where the rich and famous of Colombia hang out. The wine list is one of the best in the country, and it's as thick as an encyclopedia. Although South America has plenty of wood-fired grills, there aren't that many in Bogotá, and that's what his kitchen's all about. His work is based on the quality and respect for his ingredients, and he wants his menu to reflect his childhood memories and travels around the globe. He's constantly looking for new ingredients to incorporate into his menus. Something that I think is really significant is that most of his employees have been with him for over 20 years. He loves to share and teach, and he believes that everyone can cook. It's all about the love infused into the dishes.
This restaurant is currently number 23 in Latin America's top 50. However, they have been on this list every year since 2013.
He's also a big believer in giving back. He supports 2 charities, one that helps exploited minors and another that helps widows and children of police officers that have lost their lives fighting in Colombia. He sounds like an all-around great guy. I also highly recommend, if you see rice on any of Harry Sasson's menus, to order it. He has a gift.
It was an incredible meal. It was so delicious. Everything that came out of the wood fire was like,
I mean, yeah, I had the steak out of the fire. I mean, the steak was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and you get the fish.
wow.
All of it was excellent. I mean, it's one of those restaurants that you could go back to time and time again. It's just a solid restaurant.
And you can really taste the Asian influence as well as the French influence. I mean, it was just
It's good.
so good.
Very good.
Hey, if you're having fun watching our videos, we'd love it if you hit the subscribe button. Also, if you click on that bell, you'll get a notification as soon as we have a new video posted, and we've got a lot more coming your way.
Say hola. This is what was in my cocktail last night. It was so delicious. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's such a weird taste.
It's like a natural candy.
Yeah. What do you think? Sorry.
When
Grabbing it? Yeah. Oh. Okay, whole thing in my mouth. It's like chewing on a cloud. Let's start over. Is it really?
okay, here we go.
What an incredible meal.
We'll work off some of these calories.